Hey everyone, Mr. Morrow here. I wanted to review what we went over today, the Future Me email. And that is an assignment that I'm hoping will be very useful to you. When I was a student here in 8th grade, my teacher had me write a handwritten letter to myself and address it. And then years later, I received that email. And it was a really interesting thing to see all of the things that I wrote down about myself that I had forgotten. All the things that were important to me, all the things I was worried about, and I really kind of poured my heart and soul into this letter. And when I opened it up years later, when it was mailed to me and when it arrived in my mailbox, it was just such a valuable, powerful experience for me that I thought we would do that today. But the difference is, I'm not going to have you handwrite something out. We can do that electronically. So mostly what I'd like for you to do is follow along with me. Just in case you missed it today, I'm going to show you exactly how to send an email to yourself. So the first thing I want you to do is open up Gmail, right? And that will be found in your waffle here, and you can find it under Gmail. And that's a large way that we'll begin to communicate as 6th grade teachers and moving forward in middle school and in high school. And so once you're here, your screen will look a lot like this. Your screen will have the browser bar up here. It'll have all your different types of boxes here. But I want you to focus on this box here, and that is the Compose box, because that's the button you hit when you want to write an email. Now this email is a little bit different because you really don't write a lot of emails to yourself, but today we are. So you're going to click that button, and this is going to show up. All right, this box is going to show up for you. And there are a couple things I want you to do. The first thing I want you to do is make sure that you address it to yourself. So I want you to begin typing your name. And there we go. Look, let's see, Michael. There I am. Boop. Okay, so I am sending that email to myself. Don't send the email to me. That's something that's very important. The only person that's going to be reading this email is you. No one else will be able to lay eyes on it. The second thing I want you to do is I'd like for you to write, Dear Future Me. And that's a subject line. So when you decide to send this email on the date that you send it, you're going to receive an email from you that says, Dear Future Me. And the goal is for you to have forgotten that you wrote this email. And all the way in June when we send this, you'll say, oh, I remember that. And then you'll read everything in here and it'll be great. So this is the body of the email. And so what I'd like for you to do is write, Dear Me. And that's where I want you to pour your heart and soul out. I want you to talk about all the things that we discussed in class. And then in addition to that, I'm also attaching a Google Doc that has some things that might, some questions that might jot your brain, get you started. And I want to reiterate or say again that the more you write, the more you'll enjoy this in June. But the trick is, so let's see here, before we begin, it's like, Dear Me, I'm really enjoying 6th grade. Okay. Love me. Okay, so that's a lot shorter than you'll be writing, but that gives you an idea. I'm looking for 2-3 paragraphs if you can. Again, the more you write, the more you'll take out of this. So what I'd like you to do next is before you don't just hit send, I want you to pay attention to this little arrow next to the send button. Ready? And you're going to click on that, and it's going to say schedule send. And I want you to click on that. There you go. So there's all these questions up here, or these options up here, but down here, this is where we're going to be focusing. We're going to pick a date and a time. Now, it happens to be August 31st when I'm making this video, but you are going to click further onto the calendar, and we're going to fast forward to June. And so what I'd like for you to do is send it to June 4th. And if you'd like, you can even change the time. We can say, let's do 7 o'clock. So June 4th, 2021 at 7 o'clock a.m. in the morning. You'll open up your computer and you will see an email sent to you. When you're done, when you've written June 4th, 7 o'clock a.m., I want you to hit schedule send. And it's as easy as that. All right. Don't forget to use the Google Doc that I'll be attaching in the folder for this week's assignments to help you kind of get started with this task. And as always, I'm always available to answer any questions you've got. Thanks a lot.